Hi everybody, now in this video we are going to be making some paper plate insects. I am using the rainbow paper plates from Baker Ross. Now to create the butterfly you need to cut a paper plate in half, place the two halves on top of one another and then cut out the shape of your wings. Once you have done this you need to turn them around and place the two outside pieces of the paper plate on top of one another to create the wings. Then what you will need to do next is glue the wings together. Either use a glue gun or a glue stick to glue the two wings together. And then you're going to get a lolly stick and glue that through the middle. Once you have done that, what you need to do is you need to get a pipe cleaner, turn the paper plates over, fold the pipe cleaner in half. Well, you need about half a pipe cleaner really. Then fold it in half. Then stick it on the back at the top to create the antennae. Once you have done that, you can use either some paint or felt tip pens or paint sticks to decorate your butterfly. I'm using the paint sticks that I purchased from Baker Ross, as I think they work quite well, and you can apply them on top of the paper plates. Now if you don't have different coloured paper plates, you can just use plain white paper plates and then paint them, leave them to dry and then decorate once finished. So there you have it, our butterfly. Nice and easy and quick and simple to make with little ones. Next up is the bee. What you need is a paper plate, two googly eyes, a black piece of paper, a black pipe cleaner. So cut the paper plate in half. Still keep one side of the paper plate as you will need that to create the wings in a moment. Now, what you need to do next is cut out a circle from a black piece of card. This is going to be the face of the bee. Then just using a glue stick, stick the face onto one end of the paper plate. Then once you have done this, we are going to use the other half of the paper plate from earlier to cut out two wing shapes. We will use the white side of this. So again, if you don't have a yellow paper plate at hand, you can paint this yellow beforehand, let it dry before creating your bee. Once you've cut out the two wing shapes, you're going to turn the paper plate over, place a bit of glue at the top to stick your wings on. Once you have done this, you need to turn it back over and use a black pen. I'm using the deco pens from Baker Ross to just draw on the detail of the wings. Now next what we need to do is to create the legs for the bee. You can get the black pipe cleaner and cut it into 6 pieces to create the bee's legs. What we're going to do is turn the paper plate over once you've got the legs and stick them onto the back at the bottom of the paper plate, so on the straight edge. And now I'm using a glue gun, but again you can either use glue spots that you can purchase from Baker Ross, or you can use some double-sided sticky tape or glue, which you will need to leave to dry for a little while. Once you have stuck all of the feet on, you can bend the ends just to give it a little bit of extra detail. Once all of the legs are in place, you can turn the paper plate back over and start to create the bee's stripes. Now, I'm going to be using a paint stick, but again, you can use a felt tip pen or any type of black pen to put the stripes onto the paper plate, even just normal paint. But I quite like to use paint sticks as I think they are easy for young children to use. Bees have stripes to work alongside their sting to warn predators off, but bees obviously they don't like to use their sting and they don't want to use it. So a little fun fact there. Once you've created the stripes on the bee, you are going to add the extra detail onto the face. So I'm going to be using some googly eyes and then a white deco pen to create the mouth. There we go. So deco pens are fantastic. They can be used on lots of different materials, and I end up using them all of the time, but I think they work really well. These googly eyes have sticky backs on, so they are great for young children to use. Finally, you need to get a piece of pipe cleaner, so about a third of a pipe cleaner, and fold it in half, stick a piece of glue behind the head and put the antennae in place. Next up we have the Ladybird. For this you need a red paper plate, a black paper plate, you need some buttons, some glue, a pipe cleaner and some googly eyes. Right, first you need to cut one end of a black paper plate, about a third, to create the face. You want to make it quite rounded. Now remember, again, if you don't have a black paper plate or a red paper plate, you can paint these first and then let them dry. Once you've cut out the part of the face, you need to pop some glue on the back and stick it at one end of the red paper plate. Once you have done this, you can get a glue gun or some glue to stick some buttons on. Nice and easy for little ones to use, but again you can use a paint stick or paint to create the spots. Then you need to draw a line through the middle and the main part of the Ladybird body will be finished, and then we can move on to create the rest of it. A quick fun fact about ladybirds: they are also called ladybugs, and they are insects, and all insects have three main body parts: a head, thorax and abdomen, and they also have 6 legs, 2 antennae and special compound eyes, and these compound eyes help them to see in different directions at once. So there you go, a fun fact about insects. Right, so we need to stick the googly eyes on to the face of the ladybird or ladybug, and then you need to cut a small piece of pipe cleaner, fold it in half to create the antennae and stick them at the top. Now if you turn the paper plate over and just place a piece of glue, a bit of glue at the top, to stick the pipe cleaner on. And there you have it, our ladybird paper plate is finished. And finally we have the caterpillar. You need some scissors, a black pen, some googly eyes, a pipe cleaner, a green paper plate and some glue. Now you're going to cut the rounded part of the green paper plate. We need about half, and then you're going to cut the circular bit out in the middle of the paper plate to create the caterpillar's face. Once you have done this, just place a bit of glue on the back of the circle shape and place it at one end of the caterpillar. Now this is quick and easy, this one. Next you need to draw a face just using a deco pen or any type of black pen. Stick on your googly eyes, and then you're going to get your black pipe cleaner and cut one small piece off for the antenna. So you need to fold it in half, place a piece of glue behind the head and just pop the pipe cleaner in there. Once you have done that, we then need to create the leg. So you need to turn over the paper plate, and this time I'm going to use some glue spots, as they are quite easy to use with young children and they are really convenient. So you need to just pop 6 spots across the bottom of the caterpillar, ready to stick your legs on. And once you have done this, you need to get your pipe cleaner and just cut the legs out. If you don't have glue spots, you can just use a normal glue stick or even some tape, if you have some tape lying around the house, anything just to stick the legs onto the back. That's easy for little children. So then you can start to bend them as you stick them on, just to give them a little bit more detail. And then once you've stuck them all on, your caterpillar will be complete. Now it's great to do the caterpillar and the butterflies, then you can talk about the life cycle. We've recently just had some butterflies and it's been absolutely amazing to watch and just see how they change over the days. And there you have it, your 4 paper plate insects. Thank you for watching.